Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. So we have been doing a lot in Botania here over the last couple of episodes, so I thought I would take a little bit of a break from that. We're going to possibly be looking at a little bit of Thaumcraft today, but before I get going on that, Apache has been doing a bunch of work over here in the community area, and I would kind of like to clean up my tech area just a little bit and maybe build a building there. So looking at what I've got over there, I have a lot of IC2 and immersive engineering stuff. Now I don't know, I haven't been over there lately, so I don't know for sure what Apache has still sitting there, but I would guess he's probably moved most of his stuff over to his new I'm not sure what he is calling that thing, the big building on the other side of the lake over here. And actually, if you haven't seen it in his episodes, we'll go over there and take a look at that real quick here too. So it does look like a couple of his nuclear craft things are still here, as well as some of his forestry stuff. So maybe we'll try to get some of that put in. But yeah, we don't want to get too close to our house buildings here. And I think we're going to actually take down this, this astral sorcery area as well. But so let's go ahead and head over here, and if you haven't seen this, this is an absolutely incredible building. It is huge, and Apache has a huge amount of power production in it, but it is not fully sustainable yet. So he's been working with nuclear craft, trying to get some of the reactors going with that. I've been kind of watching his episodes and seeing how things are going, but down here he had, oh my god, this has changed quite a bit since the last time I saw it. So he has a door here now. I'm assuming this thing is, yeah, it's just a shell at the moment. So he will be filling this in with all the various things that he's going to need later on. Got a few machines here in the face of it, and that just looks cool. So yeah, if you want to see nuclear craft, go ahead and go over and check Apache. Be sure to let him know that I sent you over there if you do. And yeah, let's go ahead and head up to the upper portion and see if he's got anything up here. Hopefully I'm not spoiling anything. It looks like this is still pretty much empty, but he did go over some plans of what he intends to do with some of that in the last couple of episodes. But so, yeah, we have a bunch of immersive engineering, and we have a bunch of industrial craft items over here in our tech area, and so I kind of like to make something that would fit that theme. So I'm gonna head into creative for a little bit, try to figure out something that will look good, and then we'll come back and build that. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that in a time lapse, even though I would really like to. But yeah, I'll see what I can come up with, and I'll be back in just a little bit. So this massive monster of a building is complete. This is not something new for me. I actually built this building originally in vanilla survival on the Symmetria server. Now, I never got a chance to flesh out the interior on it or anything like that, and so I wanted to rebuild it and actually use it here. But this thing just towers over everything. I mean, even my base up here on top of the hill is shorter than this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah. But we're going to start moving our immersive engineering and IC2 machines into this thing. And, hungry. So, yeah, if you want to know the story on this, so I actually came up with a story to go with this building when I originally built it, and that is, it was supposed to be a factory, but these two areas here, these two sections, were the original building. And it worked fine for a while, and then they outgrew that. And so they added on this portion. And the assumption is that this part would have been built back in the times before steam power was a big thing. And so, yeah, it would have had no chimneys or anything like that. And then when they built this part, it would have been into the steam age. And so we've got these massive stacks on top of this thing that would be from boilers, and I think we are going to put some boilers in here. Immersive engineering has boilers that I would like to try to build and see what it takes to use those, but we do need to get into immersive petroleum first because they require a liquid fuel. I don't know for sure which ones it's going to take, but yeah, I want to get some boilers down below that will make these stacks actually make sense. But over time, they ran out of space again, and so they built the third section that has the diorite up and out of the first section. And so, yeah, that adds a lot of space. But so I think what we're going to do, we're going to put immersive engineering in this portion because it has more of a steam age feel. Because they had a little bit of electricity during that time, but not much. And then we're going to put our industrial craft stuff into this portion of the building. I haven't yet decided where I am going to put the solar panels. But we've got to figure out something for where they're going to go. Because, yeah, our IC2 stuff is not going to work without power. Maybe I can put them up on top of these sections of roof so that we don't have to go too high, but they do have to have clear access to the sky. But anyway you look at it, I am going to start tearing all of this stuff down, and I suppose I will move these crafters in as well. I'll put them in with the immersive engineering stuff, and also I think because we're right next to the river back here, I mean, literally right next to the river. Got to do a little bit of work here because you wouldn't have dirt underneath a foundation. So I need to get that foundation to go down below. And then I think I might try to put in a water wheel for immersive engineering here, because that would kind of fit into what we have going on here. So, yep, let me get a few things figured out, and I will be back in a little bit. Well, that took an awfully long time, but we now have no machines, no chests, no crafting tables, no random blocks, nothing like that sitting out here. Now, I did forget I needed to add a little bit of dirt here because the path is right up alongside the edge there. So I've got everything in chests in here. I'm going to see if I can remember, where did I put the dirt? Right here. There we go. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. Still a good, probably half of the stuff that I have is still up in my house. But we are going to be slowly working on getting all of that stuff moved down here and organized as well. Now, I did make up a whole bunch of these small storage crates because, well, as you can probably see, I've got some pink hearts. Now, right now, there was an update here lately that removed the vegetable from the grilled cheese sandwich, and so I have been losing my nutrition on the vegetable, but I do have 10 pink hearts because I went ahead and set up some Pam's Harvest Craft fishing traps down here, or water traps. And so we have been getting tons and tons of fish, and I might as well grab all of this stuff. So I have eaten almost all of the raw fish. I've eaten some of the cooked fish, and made a whole bunch more stuff that I hadn't had before. And yeah, managed to get 10 more hearts. So we still can get more. I need to sample 20 food items to get to the next one. And yeah, we got a little ways to go for that. But also, I found out you can dye these cabinets from cooking from blockheads. So I needed some red dye for something, and I clicked on one of these, and it dyed it red. So I kind of like the red look of the cabinets. But so I made another area down here that is down from the kitchen. And this is where I am putting a lot of storage. So this is why I made these small storage crates. So if we look in here, I started to go through and just make the items in Pam's Harvest Craft as they showed up. Now, strangely enough, all of these stupid cakes, it doesn't matter. Well, the red velvet, it says I've eaten that one. But I've tried at least some of these other cakes, and for some reason, it just will not say that I've eaten them. I don't know what the story is on that. But we do have a lot of fish here. So I'm going to drop off these raw fish. And in general, the raw fish then end up getting the raw fish end up getting used for the fish bait. And then the fish bait catches more fish. So yeah, it's kind of a slow process because the water traps can only hold 18 items, and you get 4 fish bait per fish, but about a third of the items can't be made into fish bait. So yeah, it's kind of slow to get additional fish. And go away. Stupid eggs. And so now what I'm going to probably want to do is put something in this area, because I find myself a lot walking through here, and I need to get in the habit of using the paths. And also another thing that I would like to do, I'd kind of like a reason why this path doesn't turn immediately past this house. So we might make another small house here or something, maybe a little building over here or a custom tree. I don't know. We'll figure something out there. But right now, the biggest concern is getting my machine set back up. So I'm not sure what I want to do for RF power. So we have our survival generators and we had our windmill, but if we put the windmill up, it's got to be somewhere out in the open, because actually immersive engineering is kind of strange on their windmills. It figures out how many blocks are in front and behind the windmill blades and changes the amount of power that it's producing based on how many blocks would be blocking the wind. So we have to be really careful where we put those. So yeah, that's a thing. And then, like I said, the the IC2 stuff, we need to get this all set back up. And hopefully we can get it set up a little bit nicer so that it doesn't look so crummy this time. So yeah, let me get going on that. I'll see what I can figure out, and I'll be back after a little bit. Hey puppy, you want to move? You've been sitting here for a while. Come on. Good puppy. Here. There we go. Good puppy. So I have my IC2 machine set up here fairly decently. I've started moving some of the stuff up here, but I'm running into a really big problem, and that is we are not generating nearly enough power to run these machines. So I am getting ready to make a whole huge batch of the solar panels so that we can get a couple more of these higher tiered solar arrays. And because of that, I've set up to smelt a huge amount of glass. We can see this crate is completely full of sand, or pretty close to it. And then I'm pulverizing a bunch of coal to get the stuff that we need for those as well. And I've shut the other machines down. Now I have a series of levers here, and it works really good. So I can shut down the macerator by flipping this one. I can stop the macerator from outputting by flipping this one. I can turn off the ore washing machine with this one, stop its output here, turn off the electric furnace here, and stop its output as well. Now I need to set up another one of those for the metal former, because yeah, that's going to be the next thing that we want to kind of get semi-automated, because we do need a lot of this stuff. But this is a lot more convenient now. Everything is really close. But the other thing is that I have unpacked all of the blocks of metal that I had, and I've sorted them by what they are into various different crates. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit easier to work with now. I've got this side over here for the ores that cannot be run through this system. And then I've got a spot for all of our pulverized stuff and our tiny piles. And then this one doesn't even have anything yet. So yeah, we're definitely starting to get a little bit of organization here. Once I finally get this set up a little bit better, I will probably work on figuring out some way to make this look decent, because we want this to be a machine that doesn't look like garbage. So yeah, I'm going to work on this for a little bit, and I will be back after a while. So I now have 5 of the medium voltage solar arrays, and yeah, 5 of the CESUs. This is working pretty good now. We've got a bit more power available to all of our machines. I was able to put 5 overclocker upgrades in my ore washing plant, and I could probably go a bit more than that. But we are running into a bit of another problem now, and that is no iron, very little copper. We are using tons of tin, and so I am going to have to go and do some more mining. Now, something that I realized was I am not getting copper from the Twilight Forest. So I have 2 options there. I can either go mining in the overworld, or I can go to the Nether and do some mining there. So I haven't yet decided what I want to do there, but yeah, we do have a lot of stuff going on. I've set up a whole bunch of these basic machine casings because we're going to need a lot of those. And oh, we are out of copper cables there. So yeah, I can continue to make these medium voltage solar arrays, but I think what I want to do now is try to get 1 high voltage solar array, and then we will set up a transformer on that. Now, that is going to take a lot of resources to still get to that point. Now, something else that I'm running into, we're down to just our 4 quintuple compressed cobblestone now, and so we are using tons and tons of cobblestone as well to do this. So what I may have to do is just head to the Twilight Forest for a while, do some mining there, and then head to the Nether and try to get some copper from the Nether. So one way or the other, I got to get tons and tons of resources. So I'm going to go work on that for a while, and I'll be back hopefully with a decent amount of resources. Well, been doing a lot of mining, and I've got a lot of stuff here. There is tons of tin that needs to be processed. We've got a fair amount of copper, a lot of osmium, and this is all good because we are definitely running low on a lot of these. But we are ready to move on to something else, so you can see a lot of stuff in the crafting tables here. So we have our 5 medium voltage solar arrays up here, and we need to make a few more so that we can continue on with some higher power. So I suppose we'll start out by grabbing those, and we'll come back. And it looks like this is a good time to do it anyway because it is nighttime. So we do have to be very careful when we go forward because, we can very easily blow things up now at this point. So I'm going to pick up the 6 CESUs and we are going to move on. So we have a whole gob more of these low voltage solar arrays, and we're going to put those into here. And I guess the click and drag thing doesn't exactly work right, but so now we have 8 of these. So with 8 of these we can actually move on to high voltage. Now to do that we need to make a high voltage transformer. This takes 2 of the 2 times insulated gold cable, an MV transformer, an advanced RE battery, and an electronic circuit. We can also use the circuits from Mechanism for that, the control circuits. Now I've been getting these from Apache. He has a bunch of the Mechanism stuff set up, and I've just been taking over some redstone and osmium, and it takes 16 redstone per 2 stacks of osmium. And so been using a bit of redstone and a lot of osmium, and we're getting really low on that. But so we'll go ahead and make this transformer, and then we're going to take and place this around that. We get our high voltage solar array. Now, like I said, we've got to be really careful with this thing now. We don't dare put it down without putting this MV transformer underneath it, because we will blow things up. Now, going on from there, we need to make a few other things. So I smashed up some diamonds in the macerator so that we could make some energium dust. And this is primarily because we are actually going to be able to put out more power with this high voltage solar array than we can handle taking away with this MV transformer. So we need some glass fiber cable in order to be able to carry that power away. Now we could use the gold cable, but I figured, it's probably time to upgrade to this glass fiber. So this takes some glass, some energium dust, and some pulverized silver. So we're going to grab a little of that, and we should be good there. So now we're going to head into the quest book. Now, one thing that I noticed when I was moving stuff, I had several quests complete, and that was because Apache made these 3 blocks here, which were blocks I had not made yet. So we have the redstone engineering block. This block is used in for some multi-block machines, and I suppose we should check the recipes on these, but we're going to go ahead and take the number 1 loot chest here, and you know what, let's quickly take a look at these. So, immersive engineering. So, the redstone engineering block is some Constantan ingots, some copper plates, and redstone gear. Nothing major. So, next up, and I am placing torches all over the place. Let me get those off of my offhand. So, next up, we have the light engineering block. And for this one, we're going to take the number 2 loot chest. And then we have the heavy engineering block. And we're going to take the number 3 loot chest here. So let's take a look at the recipe on those real quick. The light engineering block takes the enriched alloy. Now, I would have not been able to make this because I did not have anything for mechanism. This enriched alloy, you need iron and redstone and a metallurgic infuser. So, yeah, thank you very much, Apache, for giving me the boost on that. And then we need bronze plates and aluminum scaffolding. The aluminum scaffolding, it's just aluminum ingots and aluminum rods. Aluminum rods take an aluminum plate, a piston, and a block of redstone. Now, we should be able to bypass that because we can make the metal press now. And with the metal press, we can just put some aluminum through it and we'll get our aluminum rods. The heavy engineering block takes some uranium plates, reinforced alloy, steel scaffolding, and iron mechanical components. Steel scaffolding, steel ingots, and steel rods, same thing again. And hopefully we'll be able to get our metal press running so that this stuff will all be easier to do in the future. So the other parts of that, the uranium plates. Now, thankfully, we didn't have to deal with this, but it looks like a uranium ingot with an engineer's hammer, or 2 uranium ingots with an engineer. What is... That is strange that recipe is like that. But we could also use a forge hammer, and we should be able to do this now in a metal press as well. So there's those 3. Now we're ready to head back into industrial craft. So the next thing I want to do in industrial craft is medium voltage. So tier 3 voltage, 512 EU a tick. We need the MFE. So to make the MFE, we need, and let's go ahead and go back over to industrial craft. For the MFE, we need some energy crystals, 2 times insulated gold cable, and a basic machine casing. So these energy crystals we get by placing 9 of this energium dust into our compressor. So I've made those up, and we have that over here. So here is the MFE. So this will hold a lot more power. We have 4 million EU of capacity in this thing, whereas the CESUs were 300,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the MFE off of the high voltage solar array, split it through an MV transformer, and then run it into CESUs. So we will have tons of power storage. I'm just not sure where we're going to fit this because it's not going to fit up here anymore. So that's that portion. And let's see here. What did we have next? So this one here we now have complete. We'll go ahead and claim that reward. And now we have high voltage. Figured we'd just move on to this. So for this we need... So this is tier 4 voltage, 2048 EU a tick. This is ridiculous at this point. But we need to make an MFSU and 3 times insulated high voltage cable, and we need to make 6 of those. So the MFSU, we need to make some advanced circuits. Now these advanced circuits, we can use either the basic control circuits from mechanism or our basic circuits from industrial craft. But we need lapis, redstone, and glowstone with those, and that makes the advanced circuit. Now that advanced circuit we will need to use here with some lapis dust and some energy crystals to make some lapitron crystals. Yeah, we're getting up there now. So now the MFSU, we need an advanced control circuit, an MFE, and an advanced machine casing. I forgot about this advanced machine casing, so we will not quite be able to get to that yet today. So that is unfortunate, but we do have a whole bunch of stuff here. It's going to take me a while to set this all up, but this thing here is going to produce so much power it's not even going to be funny. I will be making another transformer upgrade for our ore washing plant, and we are going to run our power at a higher tier. I'm Might actually make 2 of them and be able to run straight from the high voltage solar array into that ore washing plant, because that is our bottleneck right now. We cannot get enough power into this thing to make the other machines run properly. But I'm going to have to set all that up off camera, because it's going to be a lot of trying to figure things out and making it fit in this space. So let's go ahead and open our loot crate and see what we got. So we got a part chest from Tinker's Construct. Yeah, we've already got those. We've got a void upgrade from storage drawers. So I don't know, maybe we should get into storage drawers. I think that would be helpful for this type of stuff. I don't know what we need to get in there. We got some chicken celery casserole, which I have already eaten. So yeah, not a bad thing, but not great. And the last one ran away, a sturdy casing from forestry. So not the best loot, but we have to have bad ones to have good ones. So yeah, I am going to set up this high voltage array and our MFE and all of our transformers and glass fiber cables and everything that we need for that. And hopefully when I come back, we'll be able to see the ore washing plant running at full speed. So, yep, I will see you guys in a little bit. It's the moment of truth. I have 3 transformer upgrades in this thing. Let's go ahead and hook this up. No explosions. Turn it on. Okay, it is running. Let's go ahead and get some overclocker upgrades. See how many we can put in here before this thing stops. Oh, man. It runs out of power fast. Holy God. But we are able to maintain at 7 overclockers now. This is almost too much for our reinforced servo to pull the stuff out. And in fact, it's not getting the stone dust all the time. Ooh. I guess... I don't know. I don't know about this. So let's go ahead and, for now, we'll just hook this up here. That should give power back to our furnace. We are on. Oh, we're getting the stuff into here too fast. There we go. So the furnace is running full power, but when the furnace is running, the ore washing plant starts losing power. Or are we... No, it's not getting to be nighttime. We're still generating 512 EU a tick. Oh, power, power, power. If you had any idea how much stuff has gone into that one tier 3 solar array. Oh, God. And it looks like we need to try to get another one. Yikes. So, yeah, gonna be a lot of stuff to rework the wiring in here, make sure that things work properly. Gotta make sure that I can place the copper cabling next to the glass fiber without it connecting, and it does connect. So that is a bit of a problem. So yeah, I'll have to figure out some ways to route the cables so that they don't interact with each other. That's going to have to be something I'm going to work on between episodes, because even if we're not out of time, I'm going to say we are. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Be sure to check out Apache. Link is down in the description. And I will see you next time. Bye.